Time now for the morning rush. An Amber Alert continues for two young brothers. Police are asking for your help finding 3-year-old Elijah Covington and his 6-year-old brother Jovan Rosales. They say their mother Clarissa Covington took them from their dental appointment yesterday without CYFD permission. Police say Covington is dating Fabian Gonzalez, who's awaiting trial in the case of Victoria Martins.
Happening now, Albuquerque police are on scene of a deadly shooting at Carlisle near Montgomery. Officers say that they found a man shot dead at an apartment complex around 4 this morning. A woman was also shot. Now, she was taken to the hospital but is expected to recover. At this time, APD has not released any information about a suspect. Erica.
The polar vortex still sitting strong over the U.S. Temperatures this morning starting out in the single digits, negatives, and even down to -24 for International Falls. We're much warmer still in New Mexico, but we will eventually see this cold air making it to us by the weekend.
Espanoola's first much-needed homeless shelter is set to open its doors tomorrow. 2 men, 2 women, and 1 family are getting ready to move in. Due to the pandemic, the Pathway shelter must limit their occupancy to 25% for now. Eventually, they'll be able to house 4 single people and 2 families.
Rio Rancho police are keeping an eye on a busy stretch of 528 that's been the scene of serious crashes. Police responded to more than 600 crashes in the last few years on Highway 528 from west side to northern. Most of the crashes are at the southern intersection because of the higher volume of traffic. The department says that they are trying to curb the crashes with targeted speed enforcement.
The state is getting closer to hitting its goal COVID positivity rate. The ideal number is 5%. As of last week, the 7-day rolling positivity was 5.1%. But even with cases going down and more people getting vaccinated, the governor's office says the red to green framework will stay in place.
Some Rio Rancho schools will be heading back to in-person learning. The school board approved a plan to bring back 2 grades for hybrid learning starting on February 22nd. Officials chose 6th graders because it's their first year of middle school and seniors because it's their last year of school. All other students will stick with remote learning until a full hybrid model is approved.
Developing news now, the state is asking to skip standardized testing next month. The feds waived the requirement across the country when schools closed at the start of the pandemic. The state's public education department said districts may have the option to give the test just to check on the students' progress. The results would not be valid. Erica.
Metro Threat Index, it's staying low at a 1. We'll see some breezy winds up to around 15 to 25 miles per hour this afternoon, but otherwise partly cloudy and mild.
A woman accused of coughing on a healthcare worker is asking to not have to wear a mask in court. Joe Ebel was charged with battery for the alleged incident in December. The Journal reports that Ebel is asking to not wear a mask at her pending trial, citing medical reasons. She is also motioning for a maskless jury, saying that this way they are not concealing their identity and wanting an in-person trial.
The city of Albuquerque is asking for more than $100 million to fund construction projects. Those projects include $30 million for the proposed Gateway Homeless Center and more than $40 million for a new soccer stadium. Legislators will have the final say.
The New Mexico State Police Association president is calling out a bill that would limit the use of force. The proposed legislation would enact a statewide policy banning chokeholds and no-knock warrants. The group says that the bill could threaten the safety of their officers when making dangerous arrests.
This Friday, the family of a fallen state police officer, Darien Jarrett, will say their final goodbyes during his private funeral. The services are limited to family and New Mexico State Police. You can watch via a live stream on the State Police Facebook page.
The city of Albuquerque will enforce a law protecting people from predatory tax refund loans. Albuquerque Mayor Tim Keller signed the new law yesterday. Now, this targets tax preparers who market loans as a way to get your tax refund faster and then charge high fees and interest rates in exchange. The law would require them to put the total cost of services in writing.
In the meantime, a new bill aimed at restricting the use of Neonicotinoid, a widely used pesticide in the U.S., is moving through the state legislature. Environmentalists say that bumblebees are at risk of extinction in New Mexico due to part of this use insecticides being used. Farmers could still use it on their crops, but they would have to be sold with a warning label. Erica.
Now let's get a look at that morning drive. On the maps, you can see some slowdowns north on I-25 at Paseo del Norte. And that's your only slowdown. Here's a look at Tracker going east on I-40 near Coors. Looking like the roads are becoming a little bit more packed, so give yourself some time for that morning commute.
Michelle Obama is serving up a new children's cooking show for Netflix. Waffles and Moochie will feature the former First Lady starring as a supermarket owner. She'll be alongside 2 friendly puppets as they discover, cook, and eat food from around the world. The 10-episode show premieres on March 16th.
All right.
Welcome back. On this day, February 10th, 1966, it was the end of a 143-day dry streak in Roswell. This is the longest stretch of no rainfall in Roswell, and we were lucky to end that drought seeing a little bit more rain throughout that winter.
Time now for the 5 facts. At number 5, it's a golden anniversary today for Albuquerque's Frontier Restaurant. The iconic staple along Central and Bayou and M opened on this day in 1971. For the past 5 decades, they've become known for delicious breakfast burritos, warm, freshly made tortillas, and of course, that Frontier sweet roll. To celebrate, they are offering specials on breakfast burritos and the sweet rolls.
Number 4, the first ever homeless shelter in Rio Arriba County is set to open tomorrow. Ralph Martinez and State Representative Roger Montoya have been working on the Espanola Pathway Shelter since 2018. Once open, they'll be able to house 4 singles and 2 families. As for now, they're restricted to 25% capacity.
And at number 3, a cool down is coming, and we're looking at the coldest air of this season to arrive on Sunday. Our daytime highs are expected to make it to 30 degrees. The coldest daytime temperature we've seen so far this winter and late fall season is 35.
Number 2, as COVID-19 cases continue to drop, the state is getting closer to hitting its goal positivity rate. The ideal number is 5%. As of last week, the 7-day rolling positivity was 5.1%. But even with cases going down and more people getting vaccinated, the governor's office says the red to green framework will stay in place. This is to maintain tighter rules in counties with high numbers.
And at number 1, the Amber Alert continues for 3-year-old Elijah Covington and his 6-year-old brother, Javon Rosales. They say that their mother, Clarissa Covington, took them from CYFD custody yesterday. Now, police say that Covington is dating Fabian Gonzalez, who is currently awaiting trial in the murder case of Victoria Martins. Covington's SUV was found abandoned yesterday. If you have any information on their whereabouts, you're asked to call APD immediately.